There are many different ways to narrow the canopy to fit into the pack tray. Virtually all of them work so long as you remain symmetric between the left and right sides. Some people prefer to bind, clamp, or tie the lines centered to keep them in the center of the pack job during the folding. If you choose to do this, then you don't have to manage the lines as carefully. If you choose not to, be careful not to pull lines to the outside while you fold. We can fold the canopy either over or under the tail. If we choose to fold below the tail, we simply start our folds on top of the stabilizer. Again, there are many options. We can fold in with one large fold and bring the tail back on top. Or we can use smaller individual folds, one after the other, and bring the tail on top. Some jumpers prefer to fold angles at the bottom because they feel that this will give them a cleaner fold to insert into the pack tray. Any of these methods will work. As long as the folds are symmetric between the two sides, you can use any method you want to narrow the canopy. Here, I will simply make one large fold and transfer the clamps from the top skin to hold that fold in place. Then, I will stack the tail back on top of the fold. It's sometimes useful to put one clamp over the tail. And fold the other side symmetrically. As long as I do both sides the same, I can use almost any folding methodology. Be careful not to make your folds asymmetric or to place one fold over the top of the other one. And again, simply stack the tail. Once we reach this point, we're going to have to move the tail pocket down so we can stow the lines. That means I'm going to have to take off any clamp I have there. Move my first center cell halfway down to the base of the canopy, the tail pocket the remainder of the way to the bottom of the canopy, and then I'm going to have to re-narrow my pack job and clamp it nice and tight so it's easy to get into the pack tray. I'm going to do that by putting my knees on the tail pocket and working my way up the canopy. If viewed from the side, you can see that I have two rolls. The lower roll is the bulk of the canopy's fabric. The upper roll is only the tail. I keep the two separate so that the tail will expand last during the canopy's inflation. It's helpful to tension the canopy between your knees and your forearm as you're narrowing. Once you have your canopy narrowed, you'll need to stow the lines. To stow the lines, first open the tail pocket. Be sure your rig is removed from tension and set the locking stow. Insert the locking stow under the tail pocket. And figure eight the lines neatly into the tail pocket. Make each loop slightly smaller and slightly closer to the mouth of the tail pocket as you stow the lines, to reduce the chance that one loop will entangle another during the extraction process. Seal the Velcro of the tail pocket, paying special attention to the bottom edge to prevent line dump. And now you're ready to move the canopy into the pack tray and close the rig. Click the link below to continue getting ready to close the container.